Good day, everyone. We had reports this year from all over South Africa that people saw massive drones in the sky. Often at night, over metros, people reported it first over farming areas, and a lot of them said that often these drones would hang in the sky for long periods of time, and other times they would move in patterns that seemed as if they were actually scanning an area. And many reports like this is coming out of the US now, especially out of specific states and specific counties. And there's many reports in the mainstream media of these huge drones, hundreds of them, up in the night sky that you can clearly see that everyone's recording and no one knows what they are doing. I know in South Africa that some of the farmers shot down some of these drones and even got into trouble when they found out that it actually belonged to the government or some agencies involved with the government. Now, just like in the US, our government said nothing about this, wouldn't say why they are using these drones, etc. And this brings us to the topic for today, and this is the digitization of everything. And governments and these corporations and agencies need data for their digitization to work. And we want to talk about the 50 in 5 plan.
Yeah, I just think the drone situation just makes me realize how the individual is not on top of the food chain.
No, we're right at the bottom. I mean, they don't even ask us for permission, tell us, listen, we're going to fly over your farm or over your house or hang outside your window. And we spoke a while back about the cars that drove all over Cape Town scanning people's houses with infrared. What for? Why not tell the people that you are doing this? Is this even lawful? And the fact is, government does not care. With digitization, all your privacy is gone. And I want you to tell me in the comments how you feel about this.
The government has way too much power and we've allowed that to happen. I suppose because most people trust authority, or they trust that there's enough good people in positions of authority that everything will work out in the end, but that is not the case at all. We're in a terrifying situation where multinational corporations have all the power over our lives and can end us in a heartbeat. In the click of Thanos' fingers, we can go bye-bye.
Now, the thing is, I have no problem with efficiency that digitization brings. I mean, digital has transformed many things and made our lives easier in many ways.
Efficiency is lovely.
Yes, that is absolutely lovely. It's when the control comes in, when you put control in the hands of government, of politicians that are greedy for power, and corporations, corporations that are global, that control, that have monopoly, then it's a problem.
Let's just address the elephant in the room. With full digitization implemented across the world, governments will cease to exist, and if they exist, it'll only be symbolic, if anything at all. And so the 50 in 5 is a very important step towards this digitization of the world, and we're going to cover exactly what their objectives are. It's actually very bone-chilling.
Well, the 50 in 5 is a real plan by the United Nations and backed by the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and many others that actually want...
Bill and Melinda.
Melinda, not Belinda. Belinda, doesn't matter.
Should be Belinda.
Whatever. They're not together anymore.
No.
So there's many entities involved in this action, and the rollout of this digitization has stalled worldwide, according to them. So they want to speed it up. And this 50 in 5 is literally 50 countries being digitized in 5 years. It was first a 10 in 5 that then became a 50 in 5. So by 2027, no, it can't be 2027.
2028.
It was 2028.
Correct.
Yes, they want it done. So they started in 2023. So last year already. They want those countries fully digitized. It means that everything you have, own, etc. is digitized. You can find it in one spot.
Lovely. Implementing digital public infrastructure safely and inclusively. You can go to the website 50in5.net.
Yeah, we'll put the link in the description
numbers,
below.
Not the words written out. 50 in 5 is a country-led advocacy campaign. By 2028, the 50 in 5 campaign will have helped 50 countries design, launch, and scale components of their digital public infrastructure. This is how government's going to work and look in the future. And
well, governments like we know now will cease to exist.
It will usher in exactly George Orwell's thought police, which I find absolutely terrifying.
And I believe drones is a big part of that plan.
Mapping out geographical areas is a part of that, yes.
That is what the drones are doing, just in case you were wondering.
On November 8th, 2023, 15.5 was formally launched, with countries coming together to commit to sharing learnings, best practices, and technologies that can ultimately reduce costs and build local capacity, maximize impact, and help radically shorten the implementation journeys for digital public infrastructure, basically making it easier for countries to adopt this. And it will incorporate digital IDs with digital payments, with data exchange. And even like many freedom-loving people can't wait. They are salivating for this time because it does mean efficiency. It cuts out incompetent governments and processes and bureaucratic.
So most people will beg for this. And once again, the efficiency part is awesome. No one's going to complain about that. The privacy and the monitoring, tracking, and tracing part is what you should absolutely be afraid of. You should be shivering in your boots.
This is the why. Why DPI? Digital public infrastructure, which refers to a secure and interoperable network of components that include digital payments, ID, and data exchange systems, is essential for participation in markets and society in a digital era. DPI is needed for all countries to build resilient and innovative economies and for the well-being of all people.
Yes. Marvelous.
The well-being
and
of all
forever.
people.
And at the end of the day, this is preparing for a one world system.
Can you have, is it possible to have freedom without digital privacy? Or any privacy for that matter? The answer, in my opinion, is absolutely
no. I want to be able to do things without people knowing, scanning infrared into my property. Come on, man.
I don't think people have grasped it yet.
No.
I'll say it again. Smart cities cannot exist without fourth industrial revolution technologies, such as digital IDs and digital payments, and monitoring, surveillance, and everything.
No cash.
You won't be able to access specific things without digital ID, and I'm afraid it's going to get to a point where everything that we need and want will be rationed according to your status in society.
And most people won't care about this video, like this video, or even share this video because it's not important to them. Until it is. Once you have lost all your faculties, your mind, and everything because of these rapid changes, before you wipe your eyes, by 2030, this world will look so different. And if you have not metabolized that properly in your brain cells and in your body, you're going to be in a state of shock. But you can just subscribe to this channel, hang 10, and maybe hate what we say. But in future, we will give you what you need to do. We are already telling people what to do to plan for that time and to counteract it and mitigate it as much as possible.
I just need to address something. Some people will be like, we will never move into a smart city. We'll just live on the outskirts. Well, hello. I'm not sure if you're up to date with the kind of weapons being developed across the world. You need to have a look at that first. There is no escape.
None.
It's going to be impossible to escape the system. Maybe for a while we can slip under the radar, but I believe it will either be compliance or death.
Well, with this system, they said that no one will be left behind. The UN said very specifically, nobody.
They say it very lovingly.
Yes, lovingly.
We'll leave nobody behind.
Nobody. We will make sure that everyone is completely captured. Yes.
Equality for all.
Yeah. So, tell us in the comments how you feel about this, because this is the crux. You can go to the website. Most of you won't be interested. Those of you that are interested, tell other people. Share this information. Because on this channel, we have discussed the repercussions of this a lot.
I know, and I always bring it back to my selfish wants and desires. Imagine not being able to go to the beach. Imagine not being able to go fishing with your kids.
Go for a hike.
Imagine, not being able to go and buy something from somebody. Imagine having all of that cut off and you're stuck in your little
Not
cage.
even seeing your family.
You're stuck in a cage.
15-minute cities.
And you probably have metal-infused water to drink and who knows what else. No, it's not the future I want.
No.
Very frightening. Please, I'd also love to know if anyone out there more knowledgeable than us or perhaps with a better imagination than us, how can this digital integration worldwide actually work in the favor of the individual? Is there something we're missing? I'd love to know. Please comment below.
Absolutely. And the concept of organic humanity will become a mainstream want. Once these things are rolled out and everything we are saying is not irrelevant and a burden to your mind anymore.